especially in the shallow water. So what Simon has built here is really a very, very special place. Although it's taken me about a year to get this video out and published, I'm actually really glad I did because I've learned a lot of skills and tricks to improve my video editing skills and audio recording skills. So thanks for joining me on this tour of Simon's Bay, and let's get started. More than ever before, I really wanted to bring you along what it's like to dive a thriving coral reef such as this one in the Solomon Islands. So we're going to start off in the shallows, go over the edge, explore the depths a little bit, see what corals are growing on the walls. I'll try to point out all kinds of neat species and awesome colonies along the way. And then we're going to finish up in the shallows and see what we can find there. In the shallowest parts of this reef is where you see these kind of isolated staghorn coral, and this one's very similar to the green slimer. And as I progress through, you come across these areas of really complicated reef structure. This right here was one of my favorite swim-throughs from all the colors and the different shapes and sizes. And here's another look where you can see unrelated corals like Echinophora, Parietes, and Acropora, all competing together for space, and fish living in between wherever they can find a home. In some parts of this reef, it's definitely the staghorn coral show. No other coral can actually survive where the staghorn coral grows really fast and shades over other corals. One thing to notice as an aquarist is that staghorn corals only grow so tall before their branches start dying out, providing new habitat for other corals and the structure upon which these corals grow. Just a little bit past the staghorn coral zone, that's where Parietes really seems to take hold. They're more adaptable to moderate light and very high flow, and in this case they're also providing shelter for a big, beautiful, gorgeous stand of bottlebrush Acropora. Bottlebrush Acropora are one of those corals that really need a lot of room to develop their mature colony shape. Here's an isolated colony where you can really see where it gets the name Bottlebrush Acropora, with these primary branches coated in branchlets pointing and growing in every direction. This is a reef scene that I'm always looking for, what I call a staircase with tabling Acropora. These plating colonies will basically stack on top of each other, and you get to appreciate one after another, their different shape, branches, colors, and details. This is a less extreme example of colony staircasing. With these different Acropora species together, you can see the different variety of growth forms. We've got a fanning staghorn, we've got some pillow-shaped colonies, and a good classic tabling Acropora. Angles like these really help you get a sense of the scale of the reef. We're probably looking down about 30 feet of vertical, and it's completely covered with several different species of plating Echinophora with other plating species mixed in. This is one of those environments where you're seeing corals like this mid-water tabling Acropora take advantage of some of the shelter provided by the other corals. This scene right here was an unforgettable microhabitat created solely by, again, a staircase of semi-plating bottle brush acros. This is one of my all-time favorites, Acropora speciosa. I'm always happy to find one good exemplary colony, but this is the first time that I've ever seen a complete stand made only of Acropora speciosa. And right around the corner from the Acropora speciosa, I found this beautiful colony of Acropora jacqueline. This is kind of what you would get if you crossed a pillow-shaped acro with a bottle brush and gave it some deep water characteristics. This is a coral that ought to be familiar to a lot of different reef keepers. This is Acropora aculeus. It has a very wide range from the Indo-Pacific to Australia, and often looks just like that with those bright green tips. Tends to be a little bit more branchy in brighter light, in shallow water, and in deeper water such as this, it forms more of a plating growth form. One more bottle brush acro for you guys. It's a little bit deeper, but I think this is a different species from the one we saw before. This one has a little bit more spiny appearance, and I think it reminds me of the Acropora carduus that we see oftentimes cultured for the aquarium hobby in Bali. Anytime I do a deeper dive or a wall dive, I always make a point to look up in case I can find a loosely branching table Acropora providing shelter to a cloud of a small fish all schooling together underneath. This scene never gets old. As we arrive in that mid-water zone, we start to encounter corals that are really adapted